Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are making what they used to call in Puerto Rico comida de pobre. So it used to be something people that did not, poor people used to eat. So poor people's food. Anyways, so what we're making is arroz con corned beef y plátanos maduros fritos or maduros fritos. So white rice, corned beef, the one that comes in the can, and sweet plantains. Now for this, we're gonna use white rice. I'm using long grain rice, water, salt, and oil for my rice. For my corned beef, we are using 1 can of corned beef that I put in here, and I kind of just broke it into little bits. I'm using half of an 8-ounce can, so about 4 ounces of tomato sauce, 1 little potato, sazon, sofrito, and we're going to use spices. And I'll let you know exactly what we're going to do and how we're going to do it in just about a second. So to begin, we are simply going to peel our potato, and we are going to dice it. And we're going to dice it into pretty, I'm going to say smallish dices. Yeah, small dices. Nothing too big because we don't want it to overtake. Another thing that you may and may not add is a little bit of corn. So in this bowl, we're going to add just a little bit of water, just so that we can keep our potatoes. Now, next is that we are going to find my knife. There we go. And we're going to remove those ugly little brown things because I just don't like them. And we're just going to cut into, I'll let you know in a minute how big. Give or take around that big of a slice. And what we're going to do is going to cut this into let's just say quarters. Ooh, I almost broke my nail. And we're just gonna roughly chop it until you get pretty much almost even sized pieces of potato. And we're gonna put them into our water. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest the same way. These are a little smaller, so I'm gonna go in thirds because these are the corners. And we're just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the reason why they tell you not to keep your nails long in the kitchen. Anyway, so these are our potatoes, and now we're going into the stove, and this is gonna get pretty fast, pretty quickly, and amazing. Before I go, I want to show you these ripe plantains. You're probably thinking those things are nasty. These are at the sweetest stage. They're still a little, they're soft, but not soft. I can still hold them. I can, you know. So anyways, let's get started. So in here I have 3 cups of white rice, 4 cups of water. We're going to add oil. How much oil? That much. It's going to be about 2 tablespoons or so. And then we're just going to add salt. Remember, baby, we want to make sure that we salt everything very good because of the fact that it's rice and it's going to take in a lot of salt. I always taste. Still going to go with a little bit more salt. And the way we make our rice is that we are going to let it come to a boil, reduce all the water, we lower the flame, stir it, cover it. 15 minutes later, we have rice. That's our white rice. Next, our corned beef. Okay, now we have a small-ish pot. Heat is on, and we are going to add just a touch of, I use extra virgin or extra light tasting olive oil. So that's how much I put in, just to coat the bottom. Remember, we're going to put sofrito. So the sofrito, it's going to flavor this sucker. So how much sofrito? Well, I'll let you know in a second. We are using the big spoons, not the little tiny ones. And we are using 1. We're going to go with 2. And we're going to let that get started and let it, the things be done. Oh, Swedish fish. I love it. I love it. You look very pretty. I'll get a shot. Okay, so in here we have our sofrito. I hope you guys can see good. So we're gonna let that go for a little bit. Can you all see? I'm trying to arrange this so you guys can see good. Okay. Here's to hoping you guys can see. In here, we're going to add our sazon. Okay. We're going to let that give it a turn. Next, we're going to add our potatoes because we want our potatoes to cook. So because we want them to cook, we're going to add a little bit of water. Let that go. We are going to just add a couple of flavors on here now. So that way you guys could understand what I'm doing. So for starters, I'm adding some oregano from my mama's garden. Oregano. We are also going to add comino because I love comino. We're gonna also add some black pepper. I'm gonna chop up some cilantro, which we will be adding in a few minutes. And right now, we're also gonna add just a touch of cayenne pepper for spice. You do not have to add that. In my house, we add cayenne pepper to pretty much everything to make it spicy. We're also going to add our tomato sauce. Remember, I'm using about 4 ounces or half of a can. And we're gonna give it a stir. And now we're gonna continue there until our potatoes are tender. Once the potatoes are tender, we'll continue adding our spices. So I'm not sure if you guys can see the back of my rice pot. The water has evaporated. So we're just gonna give it a quick little turn. And we're gonna cover it and lower the temp to low. While you see here the potatoes are cooking nicely. Potatoes are cooking nicely. And we simply are going to give it a quick little turn to get everything out. And we're going to add a little bit of cilantro and a little bit more water, just because we don't want it to dry before the potatoes are cooked. So that's what we're doing. Continue cooking the potatoes until the potatoes are tender. So at this moment, potatoes are pretty much tender. We're gonna add our canned corned beef. And we're gonna get it stirred. Right? A little bit more. Now, what I want you guys to see is that I have not added any salt. The reason I have not added any salt, because this is a canned product and is usually very salty. what I would normally do is taste it and try to figure out if it needs salt. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead I honestly don't think it needs salt, but we're gonna look how beautiful this looks. We're gonna let this cook for another, I'm gonna say 3 or so minutes, medium, while we do our plátanos. GoPro, stop recording. So in my pan here, I have some canola oil, and we've been waiting for it to come to temperature. And we're gonna add our maduros, my plátanos, my ripe plátanos. And we are going to cook these until they're golden on one side. Flip them until they're golden on the next. And that's plátano for you. So this is what we're doing right now. So we're gonna keep an eye on this. It's the last thing before we eat. I'll show you that in a minute. So you can tell they're pretty much golden. It goes pretty fast because they're super ripe and all the sugars will caramelize really quickly. So we let them cook till golden, and we remove them and put them into what is it? We put them into paper towels to drain, and that's it. I mean, that's plátanos for you. Nothing out of this world. So now we're just gonna cook them on one side, cook them on the other, and that's it. Now my rice, I'm just gonna give it another quick turn, like between the 10-13 minutes. Give them another little turn. That way you get all the rice cooking on all corners, and that's it. So we have our rice. Next we put our corned beef. Next is our, look at that. This is from the island. So straight out of Puerto Rico. And our plátanos. This is how my husband likes the plátanos, overripe, because they're super sweet. So this is my hubby's plate. We top it with a little cilantro to make it look pretty. And that, my people, is another dish made at my kitchen. Thanks for watching. Thanks for spending some time with me here at Maddie's Puerto Rican Kitchen. My name is Lala. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that way whenever I put a video, you guys will be able to see it first. God bless you, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.